This presentation delves into the multifaceted challenges posed by the current labor shortages across various sectors of the United Kingdom. Beyond the immediate operational disruptions and economic downturns, we will explore the often overlooked economic and human consequences that are profoundly reshaping the landscape for both businesses and the workforce. The scale of this crisis, exacerbated by factors such as evolving post-Brexit migration policies, significant demographic shifts, and the lingering effects of the global pandemic, is unprecedented. From critical sectors like healthcare and logistics to hospitality and technology, a pervasive lack of skilled and available workers is stifling growth, increasing operational costs, and pushing existing employees to their limits. Understanding these complex dynamics is crucial for grasping the true, extensive cost of an understaffed and strained economy. In the following sections, we will unpack the direct financial burdens on businesses, the far-reaching implications for worker well-being, productivity, and retention, and the broader societal ripple effects. By shedding light on these hidden costs, this analysis aims to provide a comprehensive perspective for policymakers, business leaders, and employees alike, offering insights into potential strategies for resilience and recovery in these turbulent economic times. Britain's labor market faces unprecedented challenges as job losses mount, vacancies remain stubbornly high, and businesses struggle to balance rising costs with workforce needs. This crisis represents a fundamental shift in how the UK economy functions. Massive payroll drop. Between February and April 2025, UK payroll employment plummeted by 80,000 jobs, marking one of the sharpest declines in recent years and signaling deep structural issues. Sectors under siege. Retail, hospitality, and construction bore the brunt of job cuts as rising employer costs forced difficult decisions about workforce size and operational capacity. Unemployment climbs. The unemployment rate rose to 4.5%, reaching its highest level since early 2021 and reversing gains made during the post-pandemic recovery period. The paradox of simultaneous shortages and layoffs reveals the complexity of the current crisis, challenging conventional economic understanding. This perplexing situation arises from a confluence of factors that prevent the efficient matching of available talent with vacant roles. While headlines often highlight a scarcity of workers, particularly in growing sectors or specialized fields, many businesses are simultaneously forced to streamline operations and reduce headcount in others. One primary driver is the widespread issue of mismatched skills. The skills possessed by the available workforce frequently do not align with the specific technical, digital, or soft skills demanded by employers. This creates a bottleneck where companies cannot fill critical roles, even as individuals seeking employment struggle to find suitable opportunities without further training or reskilling. Geographic disparities further exacerbate the problem. Jobs may be abundant in one region while a surplus of labor exists in another, yet factors like housing costs, transportation infrastructure, and personal ties hinder mobility. This geographical immobility creates localized labor gluts and shortages, preventing a holistic resolution to the national employment picture. Sector-specific challenges also play a significant role. Industries like manufacturing and construction facing fluctuating demand and automation pressures may implement significant layoffs. Conversely, high-growth sectors such as technology, healthcare, and green energy continually struggle to attract sufficient talent, leading to persistent vacancies despite overall job losses elsewhere. Finally, escalating cost pressures are a critical catalyst for this paradox. Rising inflation, increased energy costs, supply chain disruptions, and higher wage demands force businesses to make difficult financial decisions. Even if a company acknowledges a long-term need for talent, short-term economic realities often compel them to implement job cuts to maintain profitability or simply survive, leading to a leaner workforce even amidst recruitment difficulties for other positions. This dual challenge underscores the nuanced and fragmented nature of the contemporary labor market. Vacancy decline. Job vacancies fell dramatically since January 2024, yet remain stubbornly above pre-pandemic levels at approximately 761,000 open positions. Businesses affected. Nearly one-third of UK businesses continue reporting labor shortages in key sectors, hampering growth and operational efficiency. Hospitality vacancies dropped 20% year-on-year, signaling hiring freezes as employers grapple with cost pressures and uncertain demand. Multiple structural factors converge to create a perfect storm: Brexit's immigration restrictions, pandemic-driven workforce exits, and fundamental skills mismatches. Understanding these root causes is essential to developing effective solutions. Free movement ends. The end of free movement dramatically cut EU worker inflows, removing a vital source of labor that many sectors depended upon for decades. Investment plummets. Foreign direct investment fell 37% since 2016, reducing business expansion opportunities and limiting job creation in productive sectors. Critical gaps emerge. Sectors like agriculture and healthcare face chronic staffing shortages, with essential services struggling to maintain adequate workforce levels. Economic inactivity. Rate for ages 16 to 64 in late 2024, reflecting widespread workforce withdrawal. Over 2.5 million working-age adults are out of the workforce due to long-term sickness or early retirement. The Great Resignation was fueled by pandemic-era benefits, reassessed life priorities, and changing worker expectations about work-life balance. Underskilled future. 20% of UK workers are projected to be underskilled by 2030, creating a critical gap between available talent and employer needs. Talent search frustration. Employers struggle to find candidates with the right skills despite thousands of vacancies, highlighting a fundamental mismatch in the labor market. Older workers increasingly targeted. Older workers are increasingly targeted for retention and reskilling initiatives as businesses seek to preserve institutional knowledge and experience. The labor shortage crisis extends far beyond hiring difficulties. Businesses face a cascade of economic pressures that threaten viability, from soaring employment costs to productivity stagnation and investment hesitancy. Labor tax surge. National insurance contribution hikes in 2024-25 sharply increased employer costs, adding significant burden to already stretched budgets. Forced cutbacks. Labor-intensive sectors with razor-thin profit margins were forced to cut staff numbers or reduce working hours to survive. Inflation spiral. Labor shortages worsened inflation pressures, creating a vicious cycle that limits public service funding and economic stability. Pre-pandemic GDP. UK recovery 2025. The UK remains the only G7 country that has not fully recovered to pre-pandemic GDP levels as of 2025. Chronic underinvestment, worsened by Brexit uncertainty and persistent labor constraints, limits economic potential. Businesses remain hesitant to adopt new technologies or expand operational capacity amid ongoing workforce gaps. Innovation stalls as companies focus on immediate survival rather than long-term growth strategies. Behind every statistic lies a human story. Workers across Britain face unprecedented uncertainty, wage growth that doesn't match living costs, reduced job security, and fewer opportunities for career advancement in a cooling labor market. 6% wage growth. Posted job wages are growing at 6%, significantly above other major economies, creating inflationary pressure. Interest rate impact. High nominal wage growth prevents the Bank of England from easing interest rates, prolonging economic tightening. Reduced mobility. Workers face fewer job-to-job transitions due to a static labor market with limited opportunities for advancement. Hospitality and retail insecurity. Workers face reduced hours, unpredictable schedules, and heightened job insecurity as businesses cut costs and struggle with demand fluctuations. NHS under strain. Healthcare staff shortages severely strain NHS services, compromising patient care quality and exhausting frontline workers. Workforce resilience drops. Early retirements and long-term sickness dramatically reduce workforce resilience, creating persistent gaps across all sectors. While the challenges are formidable, innovative solutions are emerging. Government initiatives, business adaptations, and technological advances offer pathways to recovery, if implemented with urgency and scale. Upskilling revolution. Comprehensive reskilling programs are expanding nationwide to close critical skills gaps and prepare workers for evolving job demands. Inclusive recruitment. Targeted campaigns focus on older workers and underrepresented groups, tapping into underutilized talent pools and promoting diversity. Immigration reform. Potential policy reforms could ease critical skill shortages by creating more flexible pathways for international talent in key sectors. Innovation investment. Businesses are increasingly investing in automation and AI to augment workforce capabilities and improve efficiency. Smarter workforce planning tools help optimize scheduling and resource allocation. Digital transformation accelerates as companies adapt to labor constraints. Retention focus. Companies prioritize worker retention to reduce costly turnover. Anticipated Bank of England interest rate cuts in late 2025 may stimulate renewed hiring activity. Keys to labor market recovery. The path forward combines technological advancement with human-centered policies that unlock potential across all demographic groups. This dual approach ensures a robust, dynamic, and equitable future for the workforce. Technological advancement. Embracing cutting-edge innovation is crucial for boosting productivity and creating new opportunities. Artificial intelligence and automation, beyond simply replacing tasks, AI and automation are creating entirely new roles focused on system design, maintenance, data analysis, and ethical oversight, demanding new skills and strategic thinking. Advanced digital tools. Sophisticated software, collaborative platforms, and immersive technologies enhance efficiency, facilitate remote and hybrid work models, and provide unprecedented access to training and upskilling for employees. Data-driven workforce planning. Leveraging analytics to forecast skill gaps, optimize resource allocation, and identify emerging talent needs, allowing businesses to proactively adapt to market demands, promoting economic growth and societal well-being. Human-centered inclusion. Inclusive policies are essential to broaden the talent pool and foster a supportive work environment. Age-diverse hiring. Actively recruiting individuals from all age groups to harness a rich blend of experience, fresh perspectives, and mentorship opportunities. Accessibility initiatives. Implementing physical and digital accommodations to ensure workplaces and tools are usable by individuals with diverse abilities, unlocking a vast, untapped talent pool. Flexible work models. Offering flexible hours, remote work options, and compressed work weeks to accommodate varying life circumstances, attracting and retaining a more diverse workforce, including parents, caregivers, and those seeking better work-life balance. Support for underrepresented groups. Implementing targeted programs for hiring, development, and retention of women, ethnic minorities, LGBTQ+ individuals, and other marginalized communities, ensuring equity and fostering a sense of belonging. These two pillars are interdependent. Innovation without inclusion risks exacerbating inequalities, creating a divided workforce. Conversely, inclusion without leveraging technological advancements might limit an organization's competitiveness and growth potential. Together, innovation and inclusion forge a resilient labor market capable of adapting to future challenges and capitalizing on new opportunities, fostering sustainable economic growth and societal well-being. More than numbers. Labor shortages threaten not just business viability, but worker well-being, family stability, and community prosperity across Britain. Coordinated action essential. Success requires synchronized efforts across government, industry, and education to address root causes and implement lasting solutions. 3 pillars forward. Closing skills gaps, reforming labor policies, and embracing innovation will unlock sustainable growth and economic resilience. Urgency demanded. The time to act is now. Delays will only deepen economic and social costs, making recovery more difficult and expensive.